And here we have Duff, Duff Light, and our newest flavor, Duff Dry. What does the future hold for Duff? Let's just say we've got a few ideas up our sleeve.
Like what?
I'd rather not get into it right now.
Why not?
All right. We don't have any ideas for the future. We got nothing. Happy?
No.
I bring you love.
Is that the love between a man and a woman, or the love of a man for a fine Cuban cigar?
I bring you love.
It's bringing love. Don't let it get away.
Break its legs.
Wait! You want an alien? This is your alien.
Hello, children. I bring you love.
It's a monster! Kill it! Kill it!
It's not a monster. It's Mr. Burns.
Oh, it's Mr. Burns.
Kill it! Kill it!
No, let me.
No, Rose, they are not breathing, and they have no arms or legs.
No, that's not part of it.
Where are they? You know what? If we come across somebody with no arms or legs, do we bother resuscitating them? I mean, what kind of quality of life do we have there?
I would want to live with no legs.
How about no arms? No arms or legs is basically how you exist right now, Kevin. You don't do anything.
Stupid sexy Flanders! Ow, my leg! This is the worst pain ever! Go! Go!
Hello. Oh, geez, that was a rough start. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I don't know where Mike is. He's late, as Mike usually is. Yeah, he says, I might be a moment late is what he means. How is everyone? It's been months, it feels like, since I've streamed on this channel, which is crazy. Let me say hello, chat. Dale's in here. Good to see you, dude. I'm wearing a hat. I don't know how I feel about it. It is a thinking cap, though. So maybe that will help. I don't know. Jolly Green first. Norton Rad, nice to see you back, Rob. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Amanda B says the reports of death have been greatly exaggerated. Yes, they have been. Adam Kemper's in the house. Mo Biggs is here. Dude, I heard that you were away. That you'd gone away. I'm glad that you're still here. Sumo Thori, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Scrolling down, Voyager. What's going on, man? Ron's alive. He sure is. Mo approves of the hat. Sam to Adam. I don't get it. Who? I blame Bancroft's. It was all Bancroft's idea that you disappeared. Norman Rad, I said hello to you, didn't I? I'm sure I did. Good to see you guys. So while we wait for Bancroft, because I just can't believe, like, you can't even show up to this stream on time. I mean, that's peak Mike. This is closing out or has closed out. I don't know if it's like, it says an hour to go, but if I refresh it, it might be in demand. I'm not sure. Yes, in demand, 416 backers. He's done really well. Michael T says, keep that hat on, Rob. Sleep in that hat. Yeah, I need to, don't I? I really do. I haven't backed this because I've been sick. So what should I get? I do want to back this one. I don't know if Mike's backed it. I don't know if he wants to do like a halvesies to save on the shipping. But I'd probably just pick up the book, I think, and I'd probably get the Dan Dull cover with Shelby Robertson X, because I think that's the best one. Like, this is good, don't get me wrong, but if it wasn't Simon Bisley, I think this one smashes it art-wise. Like, I think this one is just, it is a lot better. Is that, can I say that? I just did. I just said it. And there's this tomb thing up here, which is interesting. But is that manga style? If that's manga style, I mean, is that not acceptable? Joel, there's still some original art pages $300 isn't bad, man. That's not bad at all. That was all Bancrofts. Mo says, I assure Rob and everyone else that it was just a coincidence that Rob's final act in CG before his near-death experience was denying me a prize from the wheel. I know, that was crazy. Out of all the people it could have possibly been, the fact it was Yumo is just it's horrendous. I don't know why Bancroft did that to you. Yeah, but like back to this, as I've said many a times, this is probably one of the best drawn looking books in CG. Like, you know, you have your guys, like you have your Ethans and your Shanes who draw their own books, but for someone who's hiring people, like, this has the best talent that I've seen. It's got Ricardo Jamie on it. I've hired. He's done a 15-pager for me, so it's really his work's top notch. And all these sketch cards, man, they sold out really, really quickly. Look at them all; they're all gone. So he's onto something there. He's onto something for sure. We've got 13 people here, which is great considering I've been gone for like a month, and there's like 400 over on some other channel. I'm not going to tell you where, just in case you go and leave me. But yeah, this book looks sick, man. Yeah, but the wheel's still going, guys. Let's see what they say. I think Masumi says, I think it's manga. It's not manga. Where are the grapefruit-sized eyes? That's a good point. Can we see it? It's just going to be collected that way, isn't it? That was a long 7 minutes, Bancroft, all by myself, but I did it, man. I did it.
I should do that more often. I should come in 15 minutes just to, you know,
get me
push.
better at it. Get me better at it.
Hat.
My hat, do you like
hat?
it? Thinking
cap. I do like it.
I bought a couple of other caps too. Dave Brinks in the house. Good to see you, man. We're just looking at what the
did they finish
or the
tome?
Over? I don't know if there's like the campaign's ended, like it's in demand. I don't know if they're still going or not though. I haven't checked that out. Yeah. Bancroft, did you tell Rob I had vanished? Yes. You sure did.
What are you talking about?
He said Mo's gone. He's disappeared. And that he'll be back.
Did you dream that?
Maybe. I mean, I could have.
I don't think I ever. Mo's been there the whole time. It was you who disappeared.
Oh, maybe that's where I got confused. I got the wrong people mixed up. Bancroft, have you backed this yet? Do you want to back this? Because
I will.
I want to. I want to back it. I'm just wondering if there's something. Yeah, if there's something we should do to go to get like a. You know,
maybe we could. We know Phil. We have the inside track. We should come up with what we want to get, and then make him make a secret perk for us.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then he can work out the shipping. Because otherwise, let's do that. Let's use our influence.
Power. Yeah. All right, we'll do that. Bancroft, it's been like a month, man. It's been like a month. We haven't done this show in forever. Feels like so long.
It's been a long time. What have you been doing? Now, no one buys that you were sick this whole time. What have you been doing?
I was pretty sick the whole time. I've been like sick for 2 months out of this year. So like 2 out of 4
Notice when months. I say you be talking perfectly fine, and then I mention you're sick, you start going, "Oh yeah." You sound like a kid who's trying to get out of school.
How's your father says I'm open to free memberships, people. Yeah, me too. You know, feel free to throw them in there if you like. I won't shame you like some other person does, but you're welcome to put them in. Bancroft, I told you about an incredible idea for a show for you guys, for you. And I don't know how you feel on it. So I'm going to tell the chat what it is, and they can decide if it's a good idea. All right. So I'm going to put a poll in here. Good idea. Yes or no? It's really simple. It's a really simple poll. I said Bancroft needs to do a show with Reenie and Kelsey, and it'd be a rotating show like they do with Jack Show and the other one. What was the other one? Ballers. But it wouldn't be like that at all. It would be Michael be talking French books, the books.
That is a good pronunciation. Well done.
Reenie would be talking manga, and Kelsey would be talking American comic books. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea? Because I don't think we need like another Ballers show. But I do think it would be really beneficial for you, Mike.
For me? Is that you coming out thinking for me?
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing about it. On top of the fact that Kelsey is now already trying to stick to his own show 4 nights a week or mornings or whenever that happens. Mm-hmm. He's on Aaron Lopresti's. He's on the Jack Show. I mean, Kelsey is like a bird. You can't put him in a cage like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it would just, I don't know. Now, on top of that, I don't know that much about these things, and I don't have that many of them. And how long would you be able to keep a show like that going?
I think you just need to have like one topic, like a week, and you guys could talk about it for an hour and show off whatever book. So for the week that you've got it, you could say, is the art in French books better than anything in the other two? Right? That's a topic. And then you could do something like manga. This is the reason it's succeeding and comic books are failing. And you could talk about, like, dude, you can make up so many different topics about it. Like,
this sounds like a topic for a show. It doesn't sound like an ongoing show. This is my concern. Mo has a great comment there.
Which one? He's got so many of them.
I mentioned the Jack Show, didn't I, Mo? That he has the Jack Show.
We'd get two
servings. That's the one.
Of French comics and one of manga. This sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Here's what I'm learning.
Do you want to read this one?
YouTube. Rob, take off your thinking cap and give it to someone who can actually use it.
Brutal.
Sumo's right. It does not sound like an ongoing show.
Not with that attitude.
YouTube is all about figuring out how you can do things every day or regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds like something that has a very short use by date. On top of that, I don't know if people are looking for that. Do you think they are? Do you think people are interested in that? They want that?
70% of people say no. So I don't know. I don't know.
This whole concept that, we need to come up with cool ideas for things. I just don't know if it's what we need to what needs to be done.
I reckon it's worth a crack. Like, even if you don't think it's like a long running show, like even if you guys did it for a month and just tested it out, see how it went. You gotta try these things, Bancroft. You gotta try these things.
Do you? Why do you have to try them?
Because, like, if you don't try things, how are you going to know? Like, you nearly didn't do a second chance campaign. If you didn't do it, you wouldn't have had, what, $10,000?
I never thought of doing a second chance campaign. I just did that so I could test out a website.
So there you go.
Now I'm thinking of doing a Kickstarter. Actually, I am going to be doing a Kickstarter. Actually, I should have heard back from them. Maybe they rejected me.
Is Rob trying to break up with Bancroft? No, I just think, right, Bancroft.
Oh,
see,
my project has been accepted.
Oh, really?
Cool. I'm going to set that up right now.
All right, let's share your screen. Let's do it live.
No, I don't know if it's going to have information on it or something, but I'll set it up and I'll get it going. Hold on. So you just
No One Nowhere says, I like the idea. It requires Rob to do nothing. I wouldn't even be on there. See, like
he gave me this idea at the very end. He said, "Oh, maybe I could be on there as well and talk something else."
Yeah,
You
I
left
said,
that part out, Rob.
yeah, I did. I said I could go on there and I could be the indie guy and talk about indie comics, but I don't have to. Whatever, I don't really care that much. The only reason I say it is because I think in a year's time, you're going places, Reenie's going places, and Kelsey is Kelsey, right?
Kelsey's already there.
He's already there, and he's always great to listen to. So I think like if you and Reenie kind of got together, did a show in a year's time, you guys could be huge, and that could open even more doors for yourself. But you seem so reluctant to take on my ideas, Mike. You know,
I'm
what can I do?
reluctant to get involved with a team. That's what I'm reluctant to do. Because
you don't want to do the whole Jack show drinking shenanigans. So that's why I threw an idea out at you. That was different.
Well, I don't as well. I don't like shows about things. How about that?
You don't like shows about things, and you don't like shows about nothing. How does this work?
No, I like shows about nothing all the time. I watch them all the time. As in streams. I watch streams all the time where someone just comes on and just hangs out with the chat all the time. But I could do that. And I wouldn't be adverse to doing a show like that with a cool group of people. My only concern is that my experience has shown me that given enough time, any cool group of people will eventually start clashing with each other on the internet.
Yes. So you just want to do it by yourself? Is that?
I like the idea of going it alone, only because then, whenever stuff happens out there on the internet, it doesn't bother me because, I've got my channel. It's cool. We're just doing what I want to do over there. When you get other people involved, then you got to sort of wrangle around and work what they want to do. Maybe it's cool for 6 months and they want to go in a different direction, or I don't know.
But
maybe people start losing their minds. That happens. That happens on the internet.
It happens. It happens too often. Rob Mo says, Rob, are you wearing that hat to cover that you lost all your hair during undisclosed medical treatment, and that's why you're trying to make sure Bancroft has someone to stream with besides you? I'm not saying no. No man is an island.
Is the Rob Hawk under there?
Maybe not.
Can we see? Can we get some confirmation? I'll show you mine if you. Okay.
It's there.
I guess I'll show you mine. My hair.
It's in miserable.
Look how massive
condition.
It is.
Look at this. Miserable condition.
Mel will be. Do not show that. I look like Ben Affleck with his massive hair in Chasing Amy or something. I'll get a haircut like 2 weeks before they come back, which I think actually means I got to get it this weekend.
Moses, I feel better, yet also sickened. So Bancroft, last time I looked at your channel, you had like 3K subs. Now you're at 10.
Well, that means you haven't looked at my channel in a long time then.
Does everyone agree that you kind of cheated to get to 10K? I mean,
no.
Yeah,
it's not cheating.
You guys agree with me, don't you?
What?
I think the perfect time to do another poll. That one was a complete no, 61%.
Still had 38% said yes. How many people are watching?
Not
so
many.
At least, hang on, let me see. What's 38% of 16? 16 minus 38%. At least 6 people would watch.
No one, nowhere with a good one. He said he took a shorts cut. That's very clever.
It's not cheating.
Mo says, Bancroft finally listened to us and focused on YouTube videos instead of Twitch or TikTok.
Well, I never focused on Twitch. I did have a momentary week or two of trying to make TikTok work. Thank goodness it didn't. Thank good. I got shadow banned on there quick smart, and I just left. So
Dave says working hard isn't cheating, Rob.
yeah,
Isn't
every day,
isn't
every
it?
day. I set
Yeah.
aside time to opine for 40 seconds on something in that monotone voice that I do.
It's pretty impressive, honestly. Like, I give you shit constantly, but it's actually very impressive.
Although today I am cheating because I'm going to be doing another clip of Ethan on Tim Pool. It's only because I have ideas for shorts I want to do, but I've done that for the last 3 or 4 shorts, and variety is the spice of life. I want to make another comic book short.
Variety is the spice of life, yet you won't try my idea.
And I also eat peanut butter, smoked oysters, and cold meats every day.
Smoked oysters every day?
Yeah. Well, not every day, but I added in the smoked oysters for a little bit of panache.
I hope Mel B doesn't see a screenshot of this stream with the pole bit in Bancroft sheet. Oh shit, that's funny. What's up, Jasper? Good to see you, dude. Have you missed anything good? No, we're just talking about a new show for Bancroft that he doesn't want to do. You would appreciate it, man. The idea was that he
would. I don't think he would.
He likes talking comics, man. I can see him liking these. So it would be Bancroft, Kelsey, and Rini, and they would talk about French comics, American comics, and manga, and how they all interweave and all that kind of crap. I can't be bothered explaining it again. And Michael says, guys, you won't believe the screenshot I just saw on Twitter. What's up, JD Kirby? Good to see you, dude. What's Mo say? Rob could make shorts about whatever grinds his gears. Call it Rob's grind.
If you can you edit videos, Rob? Here's an idea. I got this one from Jake, Hyper Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
You could edit just images of your silly questions as shorts. And they would have, how long does a question take? There'd be 15-second shorts. Do them every day and become known as the man who asks the moral conundrums of our age.
Yeah, like the would you rathers. They're fun. Okay, so that topic is dead. No new mic show.
What topic's dead? No new mic show. No.
It's just it's like Reenie's going places, you're going places together. In a show, you could really go places. But you want to do it yourself. That's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool.
No, I could eventually do it. It would have to be the right thing, and I don't. Your thing sounds like a lot of work, and I don't know if I'm interested in talking about comics for however long a show would be every single week, week in, week out, like that.
What do you think we do on this show for like 2 years?
Yeah, but we talk about our comics. We talk about
yes.
crowdfunding and CG and all. Like that's what I'm much more interested in.
It's like Rob was unfaithful while he was away, and he's trying to soothe his conscience by encouraging Bancroft to stray. It's true. Bancroft, do you want to see how this poll's going? Did Bancroft cheat? 45% say yes. How do you respond
cheat
to that?
At what? Oh, at YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
Look, did I not accept my lot in life as a small-time YouTuber and reach for the stars?
Yes.
Guilty.
I was talking to Clayton the other day, and I don't think he's uploaded it yet. I was still sick when we did this. But we were talking about crowdfunding and the kind of like general feeling about it at the moment. and it was kind of like, has the bubble burst? I don't know if you want to get into that, if you've got thoughts about it. My
I do have lots
thoughts
of thoughts about it.
my thoughts on the matter were I
Because I
think
see
as
people complaining about it all the time.
I think as a whole, maybe it's burst, and I think that people are filtering towards people they like as individuals more. Do you agree, disagree with that? What do you think?
I preface all of these discussions with my most quoted response, which you already know, which is, as opposed to what? Moving that aside from that, yeah, the Pandora's box was well and truly opened, has been open now for many years. The amount of people coming in and wanting to make crowdfunded comics is going up. It's not going up exponentially, but it's definitely going up sort of linear. There's more and more people coming in. And there's a limit to how many people day to day are out there on the internet actually looking for this stuff. And some creators found that limit. I think Ethan found it. He got to them. Your boy Zach definitely did when he first launched 10,000 backers or something. But for most average people, yeah, there's a cap to how many people are actually out there looking for what you're making. There's only so many people. So what's happening, and when it back in the day, it was, oh man, this is so amazing, and everyone was just, there was fire and it was crazy, and there was people were talking about it on websites and YouTube videos and everything, and it was this whole big brouhaha, and people were making crazy money. And I think your boy Zach talked about this as well. The market course has corrected itself. And so now people are disappointed because they're not making as much as they thought they should compared to when it was new and crazy, not compared to the actual reality of the situation. And the reality is, if they had have done what they're doing now 6 years ago, they'd be making a tenth of what they're making. So that's a good thing. They're making more. Yes, they're making less than what they would have if they had have done it 3 years ago. Sure. But at the same time, people like Ripper, Razor Fist, Clownfish, Drunk 3PO. This whole number of people who are showing us that there are people who will support this and are interested in it. They just don't know about it. They don't know it exists. It never comes into their field of view ever. So why would they back it if they never see it? So they're out there, but we're sort of in this little pond, trying to convince the people who are already here to keep spending more and more on all this stuff as more creators just keep piling in. That is what's less sustainable. Some people will do better than others, obviously. Some people have massive platforms. Some people have big names. But yeah, it's going to get harder and harder, I think, as the years go on to really break out and compete, unless you've got art like Reaper Destroyer or something, or a name with art like Kenneth Rocafort has.
All right, let me grab this one quickly. Here we go.
Right.
1 second.
Now, say my name.
Sumo Thori, 5 memberships. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. They've gone to Dave Mo, How's Your Father, Michael Ditchy, and Henry Bemis. Thank you so much, man. It's much appreciated after such a long hiatus. Adam Kemba says here, while CG hasn't reached its peak, it's reached a plateau. I don't know. I kind of it has reached its peak, hasn't it, Bancroft? In a sense, like it's reached the peak of what it
We
was.
can't say that. You can't say that it's reached its peak. We don't
Hey,
know.
No, like it's reached its peak for what it was. To get to another peak, it's got to get outside of the
Yeah,
current.
that's it. It's.
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, it's just a basic maths equation. More creators coming in, more books, but are the number of people who are here interested in this stuff, is that growing? It grows here and there. I mean, it grows on Ethan's channel, maybe it grows on John's channel, but is it growing everywhere? Look at, like, go on Twitter and type Kickstarter and you'll find just endless threads of people complaining that their crowd funds are not doing what they were doing 2 years ago, because the same thing is happening over there.
Yeah.
And they didn't really have a network of a promotional sort of YouTube network that we built, that even that has sort of, I mean, it hasn't gone away, but it is very different now than it was even a year ago. And especially when I came into it, there were 30, 40 channels that you could sort of jump onto and promote to. I don't know how many there are now, but it's probably not that many.
I know I've said this before, but like it feels to me like maybe in the last year, the lack of excitement in general has dropped off a lot. And you made a really good point in a back room the other day, and I'm gonna say it. So if you don't want me to, it's kind of too late. But you said COVID really extended the period of like
Yeah, it did, because
Go
we
into
were
that a bit.
all locked in together. We were all, and governments were handing people money and people were working from home, and
yeah,
COVID was great for the business I work for. It was amazing, doing
people are looking for
days that
any
we
sort of
never
entertainment.
never even dreamed of those sorts of numbers. So look, the excitement thing, I think that's personal, actually. I'm seeing fantastic books that I'm super excited about. I'm having just as much fun as I've had on YouTube the whole time, sometimes even much more, because when you get a good crowd in now, and the channel's going great. So I think that's personal. I don't know if we can say, some people are more excited, some people are less excited. The point is that people are bringing up in the chat already is that if creators and promoters and people who essentially want to grow what they're doing don't start stepping outside the CG bubble, it's not going to be good for them long term. It's going to be a long, slow death, because
these people will bleed
the old
out,
adage
and
is
not get
you only need 1,000 really good fans to carry you along. Well, that's true, but how long are those 1,000 fans going to stay there? You get 1,000 at the start, next year 900, 800, and that's not because you're doing anything wrong. Just people have different interests. People's interests ebb and flow, and they wane. So that's why you have to constantly be trying to find and bring in new people. And bringing in new people is great, because that adds to that excitement and that buzz that you were mentioning earlier.
Dave says, I've already seen creators drop out. There is a lot of competition now.
Yeah.
Mo says, it's gotten so desperate. Fizz hasn't launched a 6th campaign for Goof more than one. Jesus.
I mean, it must be awful. It must be really terrible. Yeah, David brings up a great point. So during the boom years, and let's define the boom years as 2018 to 2021. You could do well with just sort of coming in, a bit of gumption, hire some people, maybe a book was okay, whatever, and you could do pretty well. You could not lose money, essentially. That prospect now across indie, especially now with Indiegogo shadow banning and
That's a big deal,
becoming more and more competitive, and now you got Boom Studios kicking ass over there, and undoubtedly more to come in the future. Big professional outfits. with professional artists making big name books. Yeah, so now all of a sudden you're competing with these guys on price, on quality, on deliverability, on name, on marketing. Yeah, you know, and your campaign, you're trying to get a couple of $1,000s. It's like there's no wonder that people give up. I've promoted tons of guys that have tried again and again, and they just can't seem to get the ball rolling. And a lot of the times their stuff is pretty good, but you need to be firing on all pistons in every way. So, you know, even a guy such as Dave Brink, who does amazing books, he does the YouTube channel, but it's not like a huge channel. He's got to, you know, it only gets harder and harder as the time goes on. But you know, you have to, I guess, rise to the challenge or get left behind.
All right, there's some good comments in here. Mo says 2018 and 2021. What changed in 2021? Go brain, think. Come on, man. Just says CG has reached a bit of a plateau. Yeah, that's what we were saying just before. Ethan is still getting 1 to 1.5K viewers. That's around the same he was getting when I started watching in 2020.
Well, at its heyday, Ethan would be getting 2,500 to 1,800 live viewers. Then the big civil war happened, and a lot of people noped out, whether they were supporters of War Campaign or War Campaigners, or just people just noped out because they didn't like the drama. And that was a big tumultuous time. And then he's actually, you know, grown it back up from that time since what was that, 2020, 2019 or something? Yeah.
Barry says, big drama always seems to give me the vibe that it boosts eyeballs on CG.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, drama will always bring in eyeballs. That's true. But whether that translates to anything tangible, long term, I don't know.
You know what I have noticed though, like over the last, let's just say year, but it's probably been longer than that. I remember like when I first came in, everyone was like, is this person CG? Is that person CG? Is this guy CG? You don't see that at all anymore, man. Like, I don't see it. Pretty much full stop.
Yeah, the attitude has shifted. Well, I think it was sort of back then, CG was a lot more like a shield wall.
Yeah.
And because there was so much money that people were getting just by coming along and saying, oh, I'm CG, and the, you know, $10,000 campaigns and stuff, and then you'd never see them again. People were really sort of wanted to test people. I've never really been behind that because I think it leads to purity spiraling and gatekeeping. Not gatekeeping in a sort of, I don't know that actually gatekeeping is a bad word because it's just, you can do sort of positive and negative with that sort of stuff, but more the purity spiraling. Like this guy isn't CG enough. That kind of in-group, out-group thing. Whereas I always saw CG as a place. I said this 100 times. I always saw CG as a place you can go to, and that needs to be that way because you need people to come in and out, leave, come back, go, that sort of stuff. Because if it becomes a walled off thing, then yeah, people leave and don't come back, and that's when it starts shrinking.
Here's a question for you: Do you think more people are coming in than leaving at the moment?
I got no idea. And also, if you're talking CG, you have to ask. I asked this of someone the other day. Like, what do you mean? What is CG to you now? Like, what does it represent? And to him, it was you know, all of these creators in all these little cliques around YouTube trying to make a go of it. And it was, you know, a lot of the smaller guys and stuff like that. You know, is it YouTube channels? Is it the comics? Is it the Kings? I think it's all these different things to different people. And yeah, you can't really ask that question. It's too vague and too broad now, I think.
Michael Ditchy says the size of the enthusiast pond has to grow. I'm convinced that there's more out there that haven't been exposed yet. I mean, like it's
that's 100%.
99.9999% of the entire world just does not know about this. So
exactly, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, is getting out there in front of other people. And when that Ripper showed that, just show it to other people who didn't know this stuff was going on, and they'll be there to support you. But hanging out purely exclusively on channels that get a couple of hundred views a stream, which includes my own, isn't going to cut it long term. It's just not. That's not reaching anyone. It's great for the people who are here. I love doing it, but in terms of growth, yeah, we need to start thinking outside the box, trying new things, networking, building bridges, rebuilding bridges, offering things to people that we weren't offering before, offering content, new kinds of content, new ways to turn heads and stuff. On top of this whole discussion that we've sort of been avoiding, that I don't really like to get into too much, just because there's nothing we can do about it, is the economy. So CG started and boomed during the Trump economy. Well, we're now well and truly in the Biden economy. Very different animals. So yeah, that's obviously playing a massive role into all of this. But actually, I think these moments can be great. And I've noticed that I've run tons of businesses. I've worked for a number of businesses through good times and bad times. Playing poker is the same. When you're having a bad run of it, that's when you start to think about actually how to get good, how to get better. What can I do that's better? When you're super lucky and the money's just rolling in, you just think, oh well, you can kind of sit back and rest on your laurels a bit. And I think maybe Comicsgate has been resting on their laurels a bit too long. For the amount of time we've been doing what we've been doing in terms of outreach, YouTubing, I think we should be in a much more established place than we are. But
all right, there's lots of comments here. Let me get to them. I read that one. Channels have to be entertaining. Jeff says, generally, price is too high and story quality is lacking on projects I received. Adam says, I wouldn't rate my comic success based on what it made financially. I've held this story 20 years. See, it is my opportunity to make it live. And I'm going to say, yeah, cool, man. The Indiegogo shenanigans soured me. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a good moment in time, was it?
Oh, it's still ongoing. It's still ongoing. Like there's so many things. And I think there's only going to be more. I think there's only going to be more of these obstacles that the world is going to throw in front of us, because there's money here, lots of money. If you go back and look at how much money collectively all of us have made over the last 5 years, it's a lot of money. So yeah, life's not just going to give you that money without wanting to take anything away from you. And yeah, they're going to throw all sorts of stuff, especially as you lead up into the election next year. It's going to get crazier and crazier.
Can I throw a bit of a sticky pickle at you, Bancroft?
I don't know. Do I have to? How sticky is it? Where did you get it?
Do you think that? I don't know how to phrase this eloquently, so I won't. Do you think that we've kind of, like, creators of a whole have taken a little bit too much of advantages of people's money, like saying back this, now back this, and here's something else to back, now back this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, have we put too much of a strain on people by having so many campaigns?
You could make that argument, but at the same time, I don't think there's any way around that. The argument being, I've got 4 variants, and I know there's fans out there who are going to buy each and every one of them. So instead of spending $25 on their packing, they're going to be spending $150 or something.
Yeah, but
And that's a little bit like what happened during the 90s to comics then with speculators and stuff. It's not quite the same, but at the same time, I mean, what are you gonna do if people are asking for it and they want it and they're willing to pay for it, and a lot of people are willing and able? Then why wouldn't you give them that option?
yeah, but what if they're not wanting it and you're just going, here you go, here's something else,
Well,
go
I don't
back
think it's that
this.
much of an issue because it's crowdfunding. I don't think it's that much of an issue because it's sort of a lot of it is take it or leave it. It's not like the mainstream direct market where those sorts of practices are industry ruining because they force retailers to spend more than they have to get the stuff that people actually want. But having said all that, so yeah, free market, yeah, cool, all that stuff. At the same time, yeah, you know, people get a bit nuts. I'm one of them. I spent way too much money over 2018 to 2021 on books and stuff, and then then I kind of to like rein it back a little bit. So, all of this goes away when you have new people coming in, filtering in constantly because you're making cool stuff that they like and want and can afford. So there's sort of kind of focus on that more than worrying about, I don't know, if people are being asked too much or something like that. I mean, individuals can think that. I think that's fine. I think a bigger issue that I think a lot of us have fallen into the trap of is getting too collective with our thinking and all this. Billy Tucci says it perfectly. We stand alone together. And Shanth talks about this as well, and I couldn't agree with him more. For too long, I think we were way too collectivist in our thinking. And we need to be able, each and every one of us, to be able to go out and pursue avenues. And Jasper said it earlier, like go on to Perch. Now, a lot of people don't like Perch. You bring up Perch and people light up in the chat, I don't like this guy, or Wes, or anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. Get out there, get in front of new faces. And that sort of has been too discouraged.
It really has. Like you say that, like that we've been too collective for too long, and you're right. But like you didn't really have a choice back in the heyday before Indiegogo started being cockheads. Like it was, let's stay on Indiegogo. That's where we are. That's where we're strong. That's where our fan base is, and I don't say all the chat, but the majority of the chat were like, yeah, Indiegogo, we don't like Kickstarter, F Kickstarter. So you couldn't really go other places without pissing everybody off. And you, like Clint Stoker, prime example, made a video, just a video about thinking about maybe doing a Kickstarter campaign. And let's point out the fact there are other creators already doing Kickstarter campaigns that for some reason didn't get any sort of abuse. But when Clint did it, it was like he killed a baby. It was absolutely insane. Like the blowback he got from that video was just way out of proportion. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that for whatever reason, moving forward, and I think it might have to do with the fact that more people are more established now. The footing is more sturdy now because people have done it for longer. They know what they're doing more. That they do like they can try new things, more easily now. And more importantly, that the chat are actually open to that sort of stuff. I say that's why I'm doing a Kickstarter. It's like give the backer the choice. Put it back into their hands. That's how I look at it, and that's how I'm telling everyone. So and people seem to be really responding to that.
Dave says channels don't need to be entertaining. We are here watching Rob. Thank you. Appreciate that. Barry says, can you give an estimate on Eric number 2 of Iceland? Do you think it'll be higher or lower than issue 1?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's tough.
Yeah, because normally his wasn't technically a crowdfund, but it did have a lot of the bells and whistles of a crowdfund. I had a feel of a crowdfund because it was pre-sales. But a lot of the time people will go up on their second one. If the first one is well received, by all accounts, it has been. So, but at the same time, my God, he sold so many. You wonder, who else is out there? Unless you get onto friggin' Crowder or something to sell it to his audience. But even then, I don't think just getting onto big shows is really what does it. I think you've got to build that big audience yourself. But I don't know. I don't want to make a guess. I don't want to jinx
You
it.
sit on the fence so much.
Well, I do.
Your name should be Pei Ling. I think it's going to be hard to make that number again. I hope he does. I hope he makes more, but that's a big number he made last time.
Well, he made 3.7 million, and since then now it's over 4. So it's not shrinking. It's still growing.
What do you guys think? Is he going to make more or less this time around? Michael T says, I think a legit centralized spot CG can go to for crowdfunding will be a huge help. Luke Stone's site is a prime example. Is it going to happen though, Bancroft? That's the thing. I don't know if it is.
I actually don't think that's what's going to do it. I think that stuff is great not because it's a centralized spot for CG, but because it's another option for those who need it and want it. And a lot of people do need it and want it. So I'm much more of the mind of get out there, get out into the world, go out and multiply, go forth and multiply. I'm much more of that mindset.
Adam Kemmer says less. The second issue never makes as much as the first. Yeah, I would agree with you, except in crowdfunding, where it usually does, because you've got more time to build more fans. You've got the fans from the first one, and you can sell issue 1 and 2, so you're generally going to make more money. But he made a shit ton of money. I don't know if he can do that same number again.
I'd say the majority of crowdfunds, if they're well received, make much more on the second.
Yeah, agreed.
Than the first. But yeah, I mean, if you get all that's like talk about the tip of the spear.
Okay, Mo says, can I throw a bit of a sticky pickle at you, Bancroft? That scene is only available in the Feral Bush Pig director's cut. Michael says, Rib had a large fan base from his music world, although he regularly talked comics. When he introduced his book to that virgin crowd, we saw the response. How do you tap into new crowds? We've talked about that, Bancroft. It's not easy.
You grow a massive channel of epic proportions.
And you cheat. You do shorts. You cheat your way to 10K.
It's not cheating.
You're 50-50. The chat disagrees with you, Bancroft. See, catch you later, Camel. I'm so far behind.
See you, Camel.
Jasper, this is another point. I got so much money tied up in many late campaigns. I'm more choosy with projects that I back now.
Yeah, that's an issue.
It's definitely playing a factor. You go check out the comments on those campaigns that are late. It's pretty vicious in there, dude. Like it's not a pleasant place to be if you're a creator. It's not something I'd want to be in. Mo says, did Rob forget that Clint did actually kill a baby to ensure a good Kickstarter harvest in that video? Okay, thanks, Mo. Lethal Diva says, it was just bad timing, that's all. They all like Clint wasn't meant to be as harsh as it sounded. It was crazy. It was way over the top. Dave says we do rely on each other to grow our audience. Inherently, nothing wrong with that, but we should also all build our own audience in some way. Agreed. What's up, Marome? Good to see you, dude. Josh says it's con season. You guys should definitely establish a presence at cons. I mean,
well,
the con
Rob
scene
and I
here
can't really, but
is
Phil
completely different.
Diaz, yeah, Phil Diaz was just at a con, sold heaps of books. So yeah, absolutely, people need to be people need to be going out to cons. Go where people are looking for this sort of stuff.
Michael says a petty internal squabbling, late books, bad attitude from some, weird gaping, and club forming. All of this hurt if you want to expand long term. Keep in mind he was selling posters shirts. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so far behind.
Just keep going.
Less money probably. The comic was underwhelming for a lot of people. Plus, a bad comedy and historically issue 2 doesn't make as issue 1. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that last point. Just in crowdfunding specifically, in mainstream comics, for sure, agreed. I don't know what the reception of Bison was, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it. I don't think it was terrible. I think it was generally pretty well. I mean, people have definitely had some criticisms of it. But no, I think more than anything, probably the economy has more to do with it than anything else. But I don't know, things like, Mario is going to make $1 billion. So, if you make stuff people want, they'll go out there and spend money on it. So
I'm going to see that on Friday. Actually, I'm quite excited. He got them out really quick too, didn't he? He got he crowdfunded or whatever you want to call it, but then got the book actually out really quick. So I mean, that's going to potentially help him a lot. Eric is a prime example of outside thinking. Someone on here said that Eric's reach included his contacts and fans in the music industry, not just us in CG. Yeah, I mean, he's built his own channel. It's like 400,000 plus. So, he's built his own fan base. I see Carla Rose started fulfilling books are being shipped. Jeez, fucking hell. Never thought that would happen.
Never in a million years did I think Death Swan was going to happen. So, I mean, I guess hats off to Carl for. I thought he just ran out of money. Maybe he did, and he had to get that money. I don't know. I don't know what he's been doing for.
Maybe. Mo says I wouldn't say I was overwhelmingly negative, but I didn't see many glowing reviews either. It would be really interesting to see what happens. I assume he's going to do Isom 2 next, but I'm sure he's going to do other books. If he got a really pro artist on the book now, what could he actually do with an IP in the Isom universe, which isn't Isom because he's already got an artist on that. But if he did I don't know, whatever you want to call it, with someone
I actually don't think it would have mattered. A huge amount if he had have been able to get, say, a real house style, DC house style artist doing the pages, because I think a lot of people were willing to give the Ripperverse a go, and a lot of them were probably buying their first ever comic, so they probably weren't buying it on the quality of the art or anything like that. It was more about, let's give this a chance. I think much more likely to help him in the future is if they really become invested in the story and the characters than anything else. But anyway, that's just my thought.
Maromi says Sonic did well. Of course, Mario would do spectacular. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the most obvious thing in the world. How many games has Mario had? And how many fans has it built over the course of its life that a movie should do absolutely gangbusters?
Well, people say that to me all the time in the comment section, and I do like to point out, look what Disney has done to Marvel and Star Wars, and what DC has done to the Flash and Superman and everything. It's like these things aren't too big to fail. They absolutely can go bad and go rotten and turn off entire generations of people. So if they had have done,
can it though?
well, if,
It's a Japanese company though. Like that's the thing.
No, but
it's outside of that.
Yeah, well, the rumor is that Illumination did want to make the girl boss version of Mario, and Nintendo said no, ain't gonna happen. And then so all they need to do was make a Mario movie that was a Mario movie and not some Hollywood thing. Just like, even though they did make a kind of Hollywood thing with Sonic, the movie was about Sonic and how cool he was, and he was funny, and it was fun and entertaining. So,
and they listened to the fans about the character design.
Yeah,
like when it looked like shit, they changed it. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
And it's going to be interesting because the comics, the built-in fan base of comics is minuscule, barely even a blip on the radar for the movie makers. I mean, the fans of Iron Man in 2008 probably counted in the 20,000 or so. I don't know what the exact number would be, but it wasn't huge. But there are so many hundreds of millions of people who are legitimate, active, passionate Mario fans, and that goes for Zelda and all these other properties. So I think this Nintendo universe has the potential to just blow everything else out of the water if they continue just serving the fans, rather than themselves.
And the fact that it's a Japanese company does fill you with hope that it won't be corrupted in the same way that the other things have been corrupted. They don't seem to really care about that kind of stuff. They just want to do what they do, and that is amazing. Awesome One says Nintendo has the largest sales in games globally. Dave says Ison probably sold many copies to people who are sick of mainstream behavior and want to be part of the counterculture. Yeah,
counterculture. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was the promise. Help me build an alternative, an alternate comic book universe.
40% Zed says from the trailer, it looks like as Mario is still tainted. I think the only lesson Hollywood will learn is to bury the subversion a little better. I mean, I've seen reviews that people say it's crap. Michael says that there are people that say that because it doesn't do what
I haven't seen the movie, so it's hard to say. I mean, obviously, there are people out there who have genuine issues with the movie. That's fine. That's, of course, have your criticism. But there are also a lot of these critics who have a kind of vested interest in poo-pooing kids' entertainment that doesn't try to invoke some sort of propagandist agenda-driven message. That's a fact. I don't think. I don't see anyone can ignore that or deny it. But what you're going to get from all accounts from this movie is just a kind of stare at the screen, have fun, adventure, kind of paper thin story of Mario bouncing around, having fun, saying woohoo, and doing a lot, doing the things he does in the game. So I think that's what, from my reading the comments, is what people are saying it is. People don't want anything more than that out of a Mario film that they're going to be taking their kids to.
Lethal Diva says it's woke. They changed Mario's accent from Italian to New Yorker, which still offended the left, and Princess Peach is a girl boss. I'm seeing it on Friday. I'll let you know what I think. I'm going to try.
I don't think it's woke. I've not seen anyone legitimately say it's woke or that they turned Peach into a massive, insufferable girl boss. They said people have said it gets close to a point where you think it might happen, but it doesn't because you're kind of so used to it.
Awesome One says Rob should watch Culture Casino Sunday night to learn how to get super chats. He had about 20 or 30 in 20 minutes. That's amazing, man. You can start now and show me how it works if you like.
Royce from A Drink with Crazy, he gets a bunch as well.
Does he?
He'll have 20. He'll have how many people are watching this?
41.
Yeah, he'll have 20, between 20 and 30 people watching, and they're just coming in. Bang,
that's
bang.
so. It's weird though because like you talk about it sometimes, and like sometimes you'll get none like during a stream, and then other times you'll just get
the floodgate open. I think that's what happens. One starts, or some start, and then others see it and just sort of get it going.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always just do a camel thing and just demand it.
Nah, I don't have the energy for that. Justice says everything is called woke. It's a tired term.
No, I think it's a useful term. I'm not having any, and I think they want us to stop using woke, which is a good reason to keep using it. But woke is a specific thing. It has a specific definition that so we should call woke stuff woke. But just if stuff is sort of having a female have agency, or having black characters or gay characters or whatever is not woke. It has to, there's a specific set of criteria that has to be there if you're going to call it woke.
I just got totally distracted. I forgot what I was going to ask you. Geek Hazy says, I got to wash my eyes with a decent movie after watching Shazam and Ant-Man, both extremely trash. Yeah. I mean, I don't even bother watching any of that stuff anymore. Like I was thinking about watching the Wakanda movie because it was there, and I'm just like, why? What's the point? What's the point of doing it?
The people in my comments are raving about Wakanda, saying it was awesome, amazing.
Really? Not the chat, the comments on your video, on your shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Sumo for 2. Let's see if this starts anything. It's a good start, Sumo. Let's see where it goes. Dave says, a critical drinker made a video perfectly explain what woke means in entertainment. He's good, isn't he, the critical drinker? He's entertaining.
He's a clever guy. To me, is it serving the critical race theory Marxist agenda stuff? Like, that is woke. If it's not doing that, then like, say for instance, making Morgan Freeman play Red in The Shawshank Redemption wasn't woke, but having a black woman play Anne Boleyn is. And it's all because of the reason why they're doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not the fact that they're there; it's why are they doing it,
and
that's what it's all about.
Michael says you'll get some big money fans and the super chats roll. The Aussie luxury wristwatch channel Archie Luxury caters to a wealthy crowd. His fans buy him watches and fly him to America.
Nice.
That sounds
nice life.
Sume says for 5, I feel like Rob is grooming me. I'm trying. I'm trying, Sumo. Come over to this channel. Justice says, I don't consume new stuff anymore, just reruns and documentaries. It gets like that,
I just got finished watching Lord of the Rings. God, it was so good. Just like
again,
first time I watched it. It's just, I was loving it.
Mo says, I think grooming requires a certain base level of animal cunning, which Rob thankfully lacks, Sumo. Thanks, Mo. Jay Ryan says, if I see a vaguely ethnic girl with the side of her head shaved, you don't get my money. Yeah, it's like that. I'll actually like.
Well, then I won't get your money, Jay, because I have a side of, which is double side of the head shaved character, but she's properly ethnic. She's a Sikh, but again, she's not there because it's woke. I didn't insert her because I thought, I need some more diversity in this book. No, there's she's a character, and there's a specific reason why she dresses the way she does and why she is the way she is. So
it's like casting Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. I mean, it was just cool. It was cool. Jeff says there are so many great films to rewatch with titties. Sirens, Sirens, Bancroft.
Tell me about
it. That's like the go-to Australian.
Sirens. I don't think I've seen that.
Elle Macpherson. Who was the other two? The chick that Ellen married and Kate Fisher. Was Idris Elba and The Dark Tower woke? Don't remember woke themes, but against source material. Crap movie either way. I haven't watched it. Have you watched it?
Yeah, no. I've tried so many times to get into Dark Tower stuff. Book, graphic novel. I think it's just not for me. And yeah, he was, and then there's that, and it's like, look, Idris Elba. I've become less and less. I put up with the race swaps less and less because I'm sort of really seeing the whole agenda behind it, even when they're less. It's less about that stuff. It's more of a case of, no, I'm not going to give him a single inch of goodwill. Thinking that because as soon as you give them a little inch, then they ask for another, and yeah, I don't know.
Jeff says new films don't have titties. That's the great thing about 80s horror. I mean, even if it's a crap horror movie, there's going to be a hot chick with boobs running around at some point. I mean, it makes it passable.
In the 80s and early 90s, they would just whip them out at random times.
Yeah,
at any moment. A fight and they'd burst through a door and there'd be some titties, on the bed, and or someone would just flash them.
Yeah, and there'd always be a swimming scene where they'd be at a lake swimming, and they'd always go nude because that's what they did. Yeah. Joker was the last film I saw in theater. Now I just plow through old stuff online that I missed during my intense work years.
Yeah, I've got to go see the Dragon movie with Matthew McConaughey. Reign of
that's
Fire.
Great. Yeah, that's a great movie.
I never saw that. I missed that. I think it came out when Victoria was born. So
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good movie.
I gotta hunt that down.
Mo says cinematic drugs were replaced by a symphony of man ass.
Goody.
I like Idris Elba in some things. He can be very hit or miss. Yeah, I mean, he's been around for an effing long time. Like he was, what's his name in The Wire? What was his name in The Wire? He was in that.
He's cool too. I don't know his name, but he's cool. He came out and said, I don't want to be the black actor. Don't hire me because you want the black guy. I'm not about that. Which is the same thing that Morgan Freeman and Denzel Washington have both said. So I like Idris for that, and I like him as an actor. I like pretty much in everything he's done.
Stringer Bell, thank you, Michael for 10. I like where this is going, Bancroft. It's going in a good direction. A few bucks for wheel maintenance. Come on, guys, help Rob out here.
How is the wheel? It's looking. It's still standing up. It doesn't rot it or anything.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Just check.
I've been hearing murmurings about the wheel, and it's not ever coming back. What are you guys just like?
Well, you did take a month off.
Chill out,
Well, they gave us their hard-earned email addresses. We need to deliver. Did you see my I finished this so long ago, but you weren't there. I finished that.
Let me go full screen on you.
So there's that piece.
Oh my gosh, that's lovely.
You already saw this. So we might need these because we don't know if we're going to get a piece from Mandy now, I suppose.
I know what man.
Yeah, well, that was before. Mandy's gone to ground. No one's heard from Mandy in a week. So no one knows if she's ever coming back. We're going to have to take her off the wheel while we spin it because, well, I mean, if you give it away, what if she doesn't? I mean, you don't have those, do you?
No, I don't have them.
That sucks. Yeah, if you had them, yeah, we would spin her. But dude, she's not responding to any correspondence. So yeah.
I mean, I have faith that she'll be back, man. Like,
I mean, yeah, but it's good that you have faith. But you know, look, the moment she comes back, we can do it. But I don't see how we can spin. I don't see how we can do it if, dude, her YouTube is gone.
You know who we could have put up there, Bancroft, to replace Mandy, but we no longer have that option now.
Yeah,
John Malin
kind of burnt that bridge. He doesn't want it anymore.
You burnt that up big time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that I honestly don't care what you've done in a previous life. I don't know why people are making.
Oh, no one does. No one does. But no, she didn't delete her channel mode, but she's completely emptied it out. Like it's maybe she just privated everything. I don't know. No one knows. You can't know. I don't think you can know. But it's still there, but it's completely empty. So,
just for 1999. Thank you so much, man. Some dollars for better spark. I got some here, man. I can fire some up for you. I just need the flames. I'll go get them in a minute, actually. Yeah, Mandy's gone for a little bit. Hopefully she comes back.
Well, they don't know. So some people on Kiwi Farms posted some old photos that Mandy had put up. I presume she'd put up. I don't really know. I haven't seen them. People have shown them to me, and I just put another thing. I don't want to see Mandy Summers in her underwear. But yeah, it's like, stuff like that. That came out, as John said and Ethan said, she shows off her underwear on the ballers, and it's not like she's hides showing her cleavage. So yeah, but I don't know, she's gone to ground, so no one knows where she is. I sent her a message. I don't think anyone cares. No one. Why would they? But I don't know the full. We don't know what's happening in her life. So
she probably thinks people care because I mean that's what you would think.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. Mandy's a tough cookie. I don't think it's that. I think it's probably something else that we're not aware of. That's usually what it is. You know what the internet's like. Everyone has theories and stuff. Oh, and then the reality is nothing like it.
That was fun.
Check out Mo's comment.
Oh gosh. Oh shit, this is burning. Mo says, you don't have to tell us you have no interest in a woman in her underwear, Bancroft. We know. You only have eyes for Rod.
Yeah. Well, and my own wife.
I was going to invite you guys to my daughter's birthday party, but Mel's not back from France in time.
That would be weird if 42-year-old bearded dude came over to your kid's party.
Yeah. Like, it's weird if you don't have kids.
Who's that guy? Who are your kids? Oh, I don't have any kids here.
They're in France.
The fairy bread.
They're in France. Just has sent her a message of support. No response.
Yeah, me too. She's not responded. She's not responded to anyone. Even people who are with her all the time. So.
Maromi says, I bet they threatened her kids. It's the only reason.
Look, we don't know. We don't know. But
I hope that's not the case, man. Kids are off limits. That's like the number one rule. Kids are off limits. Crazy. When is Mel back? It's got to be soon. How's it been? She's not in chat. You can be honest about it now. You've enjoyed the shit out of it, haven't you?
What are you talking about?
I know you've missed the kids. You've missed your wife. It's a bit different, but fuck, you've had some good times, haven't you?
Some good times. I've watched a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to watch if Mel were here. Not that I wouldn't have been able to,
Porn.
but we probably wouldn't have. We would have watched stuff that we watched together.
Is
but,
it movies you watch with Rod? Or
no, my favorite movies.
Oh, right.
So that was nice. But other than that, I mean, I've just been keeping busy. You know, doing covers, setting up Kickstarters. Yeah.
Are you confirmed for Tampa yet, Mike?
No, not yet. It's got nothing to do with anything other than I just need the money. That's all. If I can get the money together, I'll go.
I don't think you're going to go. I think you'll bail. I don't think it's going to happen.
That's confident.
Yeah, it's just how I feel. Pizza every day. No, he's eating like.
No, I have had cheat days. I have
sandwiches.
ordered a pizza one night. I have gone to Macca's another night. But yeah, most days I'm pretty good. You know, peanut butter and oysters and what is it? Cold meats. Yeah, that's all you need.
Downer Rob. Do you guys know me? You guys know me. Come on, this is nothing new. I just don't think he'll go. I think he'll pull out of it.
Jasper says, "I thought your shorts are making you rich." Shorts are doing pretty well. I mean, I can tell you, the shorts.
You said you made no money on shorts.
Well,
no.
You
tell
I mean,
lies
no money is exaggeration.
The amount of lies this man tells is it's out of control.
Let me just go to the revenue here. So the videos I have anyway, $5.35 RPM, that's how much money I make per 1,000 views. My videos don't get many views, so it's $13. Live, it's $48.91 per 1,000 views. Now, again, my live streams don't get huge views, but you know that's a big number. So you know, that's hundreds of dollars.
Just tell us the number. Don't make us do maths equations to figure it out ourselves.
No, I'm showing you the comparison. So the videos was $5.35. The streams are 48. The shorts are 0.08 cents
not much
per 1,000 views.
Wow.
Now that still equates to $292, but that's because it was 3.7 million views. So from 3.7 million views this month, $292.
Oh God, guys, get off my ass! These fuckers. I just said that because Rob looks sickly, gaunt. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
I don't think you look gaunt. Maybe a bit patchy.
I've lost so much weight, dude. It's crazy.
Have you?
Yeah, I've lost like 10 kilos. That's fucking insane. It's like 25 pounds for you people over the pond. Yeah, dude, he's added like 7,000 subscribers since I checked his channel out last, and maybe that was a year ago.
The shorts have gotten me about 6,000 subs. Yeah, you're right. 5,900 and about 7 million views.
You're welcome, John. You're welcome. Rob is a ghost. Yeah, a ghost of
Jasper says, Mike, what makes more money, the 8 to 15 minute videos or the shorts? The videos make way more money, but well, not way more actually. Actually, it's about equal because the shorts get so many more views. But the problem with the videos is, even though they're, you know, it's hard to do every day because there's, you know, making a lot of points, and it was unsustainable. I couldn't do it. I can come up with one idea and, you know, record a 40-second short every day, no problem. It's not a problem. But views between shorts and videos is not equal. So a million views on a video is worth so much more than a million views on a short. But
Mike,
at the same time, there's still views. There's still views. You know,
Mike, do you have to put up with this abuse? Look at this comment from Mo. That is fucking.
you kidding me?
That
we
is.
all do, Rob.
That is over.
What? It's just
over
AIDS.
the line.
You just take some pills for AIDS now. It's not a problem.
I'll send Phil the link because we need him to do something for us.
Do we?
Yes, we do. He doesn't have to come in.
He's probably just having a shower.
Yeah, it's so weird. Moses, I said AIDS, not AIDS.
That's that old South Park joke. That was a good one.
No.
Yeah, but this is a special night. Phil just closed out.
What is wrong with his face?
I thought you were frozen.
I need a shower, boys. I'm tired. I'm used up.
You've been promoting the absolute hell out of this campaign, Phil.
I know.
Weren't you on like 320 backers like a couple of days ago or something? Or was that last week?
Yeah. So today I got. Here, let me check. Today I got 29 backers today.
That's awesome. Okay, Phil. So what Bancroft and I need you to do is to make a secret perk for us.
Yeah.
What do we want? Do we just want to get?
Well, would you do this for us, Phil?
No. No. We'll tell him what we want, and then he'll decide if he'll do it or not.
Rob and I want to back Lost Pages 3.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to back it together so that we can go, we can have one shipment.
Yeah.
So now, do we have to, is it possible that you make a secret perk just for us? Or maybe we can back and we can add things as add-ons. But I don't know if that's going to because sometimes when you add lots of add-ons, it just keeps pumping up that, the shipping price.
Well, if it's like books, if it's like books, I don't think there's like book add-ons on our campaigns. I don't think it raises the shipping.
Okay,
just a heads up. But I mean, you could just send me whatever.
Yeah, we might just check that out and might have to get back to you on that because I don't know what I want. I definitely want the tome.
Yeah, Mike. What?
Obviously, I want.
How about this? How about this?
The third book.
Are we live?
Two of these.
Yeah, we're live.
2 of these and 2 tomes. What do you think? That's all we need, yeah?
See, can you do that as an add-on?
You might not be able to get 2 tomes as an add-on because I wish they could do that where you could just click a number of add-ons, but yeah, you might not be able to do that as add-ons.
Yeah. Adam Kemmer says mates rates. Yeah. We're looking for mates rates. That's
the tome. So you could do the tome and ketchup perk, which comes with a tome and it comes with a book, and then also the ash cans. Which, Mike, if you like the ash cans,
I do. I want the people ash can.
Yes, that.
And then you could add another book, and then you can add another tome to that. You can see how that comes out.
Oh, that might be how it goes. I don't know.
All right. So can we sort that out sometime, Phil?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I can make whatever you guys need.
Yeah, I mean, I technically only need issue 3 because I've backed your other books, unlike you. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there, Phil.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying that to Phil? Phil hasn't backed your books.
Mm-hmm.
You calling him out live?
Live. Live.
Yeah, creators love it when people do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting. The reason I'm waiting is for you to have enough pages to equal one of my books. Is what.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, Phil's done what? 8 books, something like that.
Yeah, this is the page count thing.
Yeah.
I'll get it on this.
Yeah,
next
Rob's books are only 32 pages each.
Damn it! I wish I had a comeback for that. D sends a member chat, says Rob is back. All hell then. Thanks, man. Good to see you back again.
I want to chat to you, Phil,
Mm-hmm.
about a topic we were discussing earlier, which is getting outside of the CG bubble.
Yeah.
Now,
dude, Phil looks wiped. I don't think there's even any point asking him anything.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
He's ready. No, Phil is an entertainer. Phil is a man of wisdom and stamina. Look at Joe Ball.
Yes, JB.
Look at Fiendish with Reenie. Both of those, I mean, I guess I'll just call them guys for, they both, get on to Yellow Flash, really other big channels and everything, and it's really helped them. It's really that the people are there who would back our books, but they don't know about our books because they're not here. They're not hanging out with us on live streams. This isn't their scene, but they would back it if they knew about it. And I think Patrick is doing it a little bit with his toys and stuff and going to the cons. You went to a convention just recently. I can't remember the name of it. And you had a similar experience. People were really interested in what you were selling.
Yeah, it was really cool. We went to C2E2, and we had the most sales we've had at a convention. So the cool thing is, the arcade that I work for was paid to go as basically like a attraction, right? So we brought a bunch of arcade games, and we didn't even have to pay for a table. My boss is like, "Oh, you could set up with the arcade games." So, but if we had to pay for a table, tables are usually $400 to $600 in Artist Alley, and we weren't in Artist Alley. We were by all the arcade games, and we made $450 in the first day.
How many books?
How many days?
So it was a 3-day event. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know specifically how many books, but we sold probably $1,000 in books. Which breaking even on the first day for someone in Artist Alley is really good. You know, $450. A lot of people, we had probably like 3 or 4 people come up and they wanted our whole catalog from Magic Hop 1 to the newest CG Vacation, which was really cool. And they're like, "Oh, we like supporting, local artists and stuff." And then a couple times people came by and they're like, "This is the coolest books, like indie books we've seen here." So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what has happened with Joe Ball and Reenie and who pointed out here that Graham has been on Friday Night Tights. Patrick has been on with Az. I think Graham's been on with Az as well. And they get a really good response. People just don't know that this is happening. And that's why it's we should all be really doing our best to sort of get out there in front of new faces that haven't ever seen us before.
Yeah, I've been on. Flash has had me on a couple times, and the past 2 weeks I've been just super busy. Wasn't able to go on his Saturday night shows, but yeah, those really help. I know Cecil hasn't been doing a lot of shows because he hasn't. His book has been late, but he had me on today, and I got like 9 backers today just from.
That was a fun show.
I think Cecil is gonna be a big deal for everyone in crowdfunding in this area. If he wants to be, like, he could really.
And I
help
think
a lot of
he
people.
does. He's a guy that is one of those guys that branches out, has a lot of buddies, and awesome at networking, is hilarious on shows. And he even talked about it on our show today, is now that his book's getting fulfilled, he's going to start doing his promotional one-on-ones more often. And they're super chill and relaxed. And he has an audience that's just an amalgam of everyone in this space,
All right, I got to press this.
Right. Now, say my name.
D gifted 5 memberships. Thank you much. And Devilfish, Awesome One, Geek, Maromi, and Fallout Zone all got membership. Thank you so much.
Howdy.
Those are amazing.
Legend.
I haven't streamed in like a month and 10 memberships, whole bunch of super chats. You guys are legends.
What does that tell you, Rob?
I should take more time off.
Don't get AIDS. Avoid AIDS if you want super chats and memberships.
Yes.
Avoid AIDS. I can try.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up there, guys, because my wife's not feeling well, so I'm gonna go have to check on her and the kids. So it's a shame because actually it was a good conversation topic.
But you didn't get the poll you put in the chat.
Phil, will you abide by the poll, whatever the outcome is? Should Phil get rid of his mutton chops?
Yes.
Okay, well, 33% said yes, 67% said no. So you're safe. You're safe. You don't have to get rid of him.
Perfect.
Go back this book. We've said this before, man. Well, I've said it before. Bancroft kind of agrees. Outside of being like the actual artist, outside of like EVS or Shane and drawing your own book, in terms of actually hiring talent, this is probably right up there with the best going around. Like, it looks sick. The colors are exquisite. The art is fantastic. I mean, look at this page. That's just sick.
So fun. Yeah.
Did you get like a semi when you saw this page? Like,
of course. Yeah.
Shut up.
It's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's so crazy, and like it gets crazier because we're gonna see. I'm getting some pages in right now, which take place inside of Jazz's mind. So like it's just wild in there. It's like Steve Ditko, Doctor Strange shit, and some crazy dimensional stuff in there. And Ricardo's killing it. That'd be good.
Yeah, Ricardo's great.
Yeah.
But you got heaps of talent. Dan Dahl, your colorist is incredible.
Yeah. Eugene's killing it.
He's so good. So many, like, this is fantastic, man. Look at this thing.
It's Matt Dalton right there.
Matt Dalton.
Yeah.
He needs to draw more art, man. He's too good not to be drawing art. He's just fantastic. Bancroft has this. All right. What's this? There's one.
Hey.
Kickstarter. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
I think I'm going to go live with this in May.
Ooh, okay.
And just run it right up to the launch of Painted Death. And the exclusive, I'm going to put a print on it that'll be the cover that I'm planning for the cover for the hardcover version that you'll be able to get on the Painted Death campaign. And as well, for those of you who aren't aware, I don't know if we even announced this, but Shanthan Jetty started a painting of the Lucent, and I was so blown away by his sketch. I just was like, I got him, and I was like, let's make this a cover. And he hadn't even really started yet. He was just doing the thing. So like, the plan is I will do the cover for the hardcover for Waking Dream. He'll do the cover for the hardcover for Painted Death, and obviously there'll be the normal version as well. But yeah, I'm just putting it, like I said, get it out there. We'll see. If anyone's over there on Kickstarter who hasn't seen this before.
Yellow light edition. That'll be quite funny.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, you just change it. Just change the light colors. That would be amazing.
Because then I have to reprint it. I don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. That's it. We're just gonna go. Have a good one. Go back Lost Pages. And
Stupid sexy Flanders! Ow, my leg! This is the